and we're back for episode 5 of the Love Languages for Self-Love series. And today I have saved my favourite till last, physical touch. So this one is where, there's obvious things that come to mind, and you can think of physical touch as a sexual thing, as intimacy that comes from massage, that comes from sex, that comes from all the fun ways that you can touch your partner. But it's also a really deep sense of care that comes from touch. So you may not know, or you may know, that oxytocin is our bonding hormone, and it comes from touch. It comes from the touch of others, but it also can come from self-touch. So things like hugs, cuddling up on the sofa, having somebody warm next to you, holding hands, these are all as much part of the physical touch love language as it is to have the more sexual, intimate, erotic side of physical touch. And so when it comes to physical touch, how would you know if that's a love language that you have? Well, how does it make you feel when your partner puts their arm around you, or wants to hold hands with you, wants to be up in your personal space? And how does it feel when they're not there as well? Do you feel like a real lacking or a longing when you don't have your partner close to you? Does it make you, really feel loved by them when you have like a sexually intimate time together? Or does that not really feel like it's a deep level of love, and it feels maybe more surface level? So have a think about those things. When we turn it round to be a self-love language, physical touch is the one that we can meet for ourselves really easily, and with doing quite a low amount of work. So one of the ways that physical touch is a love language is a havening technique. So havening is a technique of self-touch which is in a comfortable way. So it's like touching your arms in a way that feels comforting, touching your face in a way that feels comforting. Almost like a mother would kind of stroke the hair of a child. That's kind of the havening technique. And it produces the oxytocin in yourself. So it's like really stroking and taking care of yourself. And you can do this in a situation where you feel stressed or anxious. It can really calm you and center you, because it gives you that oxytocin and it produces those feel-good hormones that allow you to feel the benefits of physical touch without relying on anybody else to provide it for you. Even better if your hands are lovely and warm when you do it, so that you get that kind of really satisfying feeling of having warmth against your skin. So at the end of my yoga classes, I'd always tell my clients to rub their hands together until they feel really warm, and once they've generated heat between their hands, then allow them to touch their face with them and to touch their arms with them. Another really beautiful way is erotic self-touch. So I don't really need to explain this one to you, but masturbation, or allowing yourself to massage your areas that feel really good to you. So it doesn't just need to be, I think for women we have a lot of erogenous zones, so you can start in the kind of the vulva, the clitoris if you want to, but you can also explore other areas that touch feels really nice, like gently down the neck, behind the ears, the nipples, things like that. And this works for men too, exploring different areas of your body where touch feels nice. And you can use different things to touch yourself as well. So there's obviously toys and things that are designed to do that, but you can use things like stroking yourself gently with feathers, or allowing yourself to have different feelings of material on your skin. I love things like chiffon, silks, things that feel really sumptuous and lovely for my skin to move against. So I've got lots of dressing gowns of these kinds of things that I wear for bed. So allowing yourself to really focus on what feels good in terms of self-sexual touch. And so that kind of moves on to the next suggestion, which is to buy clothes that feel nice for physical touch. So it encourages you to touch yourself. So velour, velvet, silks, chiffons, clothes that just like feel really nice when it brushes past your skin, but also clothes that you kind of like find yourself gently kind of touching while you're sitting during the day as well. And it can just be a simple shirt, or you know, something that you go to bed in. But having these things also just kind of allows physical touch to be a bit more present, you know, a lot more of the time, because you're feeling that sensation against your skin, and then it reminds you about that physical touch. Another really good way is booking a massage. You don't have to be the one touching yourself. Perhaps you go and book a massage, find somebody to honor that self touch for you, or you can even massage for yourself. So I really like to look at doing my feet, and I hold my feet and I gently will press in different pressure points on my feet, based on what my acupressure therapist has taught me, and just hold in those spaces. And sometimes you'll find a really good spot on your foot that feels like really nice to hold in, so that can feel really nurturing and loving for yourself. Another way is to use warmth. So I was talking about how warmth generates oxytocin, and so you can also use hot water to do that. So having a nice long bath, and in the bath really like allowing you to like properly wash yourself and like rub different kind of lotions, exfoliators, all those kinds of things onto you, can be another really great way to access physical touch. Finally, another good way is to kind of stretch your muscles. So having a yoga practice, Tai Chi, Pilates, whatever it is that allows you to really stretch, and think about the sensations that you get when you do that. So being really present with the sensations. And that's why yoga is brilliant for this, because as you kind of stretch into different postures, you might find some postures are ones that kind of go, oh yeah, like really nice sensation ones. And so you can also, for me, my favorite yoga practice is like a yin yoga, like a restorative, which is like basically very slow. You hold the posture for a long period of time, but they're like very comfortable postures that go deep into the muscles and they feel really good. So if you're interested in that, I do actually have one of those in the positive psychology practice group that I'm running. But you also can look on YouTube for all sorts of restorative and kind of slow, nice feeling yoga practices. So those are just some ideas for some jumping off points for physical touch. This one's a really beautiful, fun, and sometimes really sexy love language to explore. So I hope you have fun with it, and I invite you to be playful, be curious, and really enjoy the kind of savouring of the sensations that come up for you.